Transfer News Live. Sesko's future. Manchester United versus Newcastle. The transfer window is ablaze with drama. Big money strikers are the talk of the Premier League, and clubs are racing against time to secure their top targets. But which clubs are making the right moves, and who might be about to make a decision that will shape their fortunes for years to come? Let's dive into the latest twists and turns, and there's plenty of debate ahead. Huge moves. Villa strike early. Aston Villa have struck a €35 million, approximately £30.4 million, $40.5 million agreement with Nice to sign Evann Guessand, a long-term target now finally within reach. Villa will pay €30 million up front for the versatile 24-year-old forward, with another €5 million in performance-related add-ons. Guessand's medical is imminent, putting the finishing touch on a transfer that has been in the works since January, when Villa's shortlist of young attacking options came to light. Why Guessand? For Villa, the appeal is clear. He offers youthful energy and can play across the front line. With Ollie Watkins their sole recognized number 9 following Honduran's exit, and Marcus Rashford returning to Manchester United, Guessand's arrival brings much-needed depth and flexibility. But here's where things get tense. Villa's transfer business has been hampered this summer by concerns over breaching profit and sustainability rules, PSR, and UEFA squad cost regulations. So far, only backup goalkeeper Marco Bizzot has arrived permanently. Eyes will be on Unai Emery's side as they open their Premier League campaign against Newcastle on August 16th. City's next generation. Rice heads to Girona. Manchester City are sending 20-year-old centre-back Vitor Rice on loan to Girona, part of the City Football Group network. This isn't a first. Girona have previously developed loanees like Yan Couto and Savinho, who both went on to represent Brazil internationally. It's a strategic partnership, aiming to give young talent valuable first-team minutes in one of Europe's most competitive leagues. A sell-on saga. Lessons in transfer economics. Anthony Elonga's £52 million switch from Nottingham Forest to Newcastle has far-reaching consequences. Elonga, once sold by Manchester United to Forest for £15 million, carries a 15% sell-on clause, meaning United now collect over £5 million from his latest move. But it also highlights a core debate. Which clubs consistently lose future transfer profits by selling too soon or too cheap? According to Transfermarkt's figures, this is a game of high-risk chess across elite clubs, Newcastle's transfer hurdles, and salary reality. While Newcastle have snagged Anthony Elonga and Aaron Ramsdale, their market poll has hit obstacles, with several high-profile targets saying no outright. The critical issue? Newcastle's controlled wage structure means they simply can't offer the same financial package as clubs like Manchester United. For example, Brian Mbeumo turned down a Newcastle switch for better wages and visibility in Manchester, revealing how commercial power still tilts the balance for top talent. But recruiting isn't just about money. Newcastle's lean squad faces a punishing schedule with Champions League commitments. Do they have the depth to handle the extra load? Many say it's a make-or-break summer. Why not Manchester United? Warnings for Sesko. Here's a point that splits opinion. Is Manchester United even an attractive destination right now? Last season they finished 15th, their worst in over 50 years, and were beaten in the Europa League final. For the first time since 2014-15, they'll miss out on European football. In contrast, Newcastle can at least offer Champions League exposure, even if their long-term prospects remain uncertain under Ruben Amorim's new management. United's tumultuous rebuild and lack of clear progress means risk for any newcomer. Some fans are wary of splashing a fortune on another striker when midfield remains a glaring issue, as reflected in reactions to the Sesko rumors. Shouldn't these funds go to a midfielder instead? This feels misguided. Midfield needs attention first. I'd rather strengthen elsewhere than gamble here again. Inside the mind of Sesko. Stay, move, or wait. There's a strong argument for Benjamin Sesko to remain at RB Leipzig for now. He's shown flashes of talent, but hasn't yet dominated the Bundesliga. Leipzig under new coach Ole Werner and reinforced by signings like Johan Bakayoko and Yan Diomande seem set for a stable season. a supportive environment for a youngster still maturing physically and tactically. Would staying one more year help him reach the next level, or is now the moment to leap? Could Sesko thrive at Newcastle? Eddie Howe's track record is compelling. He's developed players like Isaac, Guimaraes, Gordon, and Joelinton, all of whom have grown in stature and value. Should Sesko make the move north, he would likely compete only with Will Osula, given Newcastle's insistence that Isaac isn't for sale. The allure? Champions League football, a more forgiving spotlight than Manchester, and the credible promise of time to adjust and improve. Is this the premier pathway for ambitious young strikers? Or is Manchester United's prestige impossible to ignore? United's lure, does legacy outweigh present risks? Despite recent struggles, United's global reputation is magnetic. The club's history and the challenge of restoring its fortunes are still irresistible to many pros, even as the current reality is harsh. Yet, does name value alone outweigh the benefits of stability and playing time at another top club? Sesko's decision could spark wider debate over what now defines a big club, the past or the future.
Nicholas Jackson, the counter-attack king. Meanwhile, Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson is grabbing attention for his lightning speed and effectiveness on the break, highlighted by last season's record counter-attacking goals. Data from Footavision confirms his dominance in ball carries, and his knack for racing behind defenses puts him among the league's most dynamic forwards. Still, his finishing and discipline invite questions. Are clubs right to gamble on raw talent with the potential to explode in value? With Chelsea adding striking options in João Pedro and Liam Delap, Jackson might slip down the pecking order. Which club, possibly rebuffed in the Sesko chase, could turn to him for a fresh attacking spark? Arsenal's awakened ambition. Over at Arsenal, Mikel Arteta's recruitment spree continues with signings like Zubamendi, Gyökeres, and Madueke, all costing upwards of £50 million, plus the additions of Mascara, Norgard, and Kepa. That's a spend approaching £200 million, but rumors hint more could come, with names like Rodrigo and Eberechi Eze floating around. In one of the hottest markets in years, expect fireworks before the window ends. Data revamps the transfer market, the Billy Bean effect. Benjamin Sesko, Man United, Newcastle make bids for striker, ESPN. As the summer transfer window heats up, the football world is buzzing with news that RB Leipzig star striker, Benjamin Sesko, is at the center of a bidding war between two Premier League giants. But here's where it gets controversial. While Manchester United and Newcastle United have both thrown their hats into the ring, the real question on everyone's mind is who will land this promising young talent. Newcastle United has recently sweetened their offer for Sesko, now valued at a staggering £69.7 million, plus additional add-ons. This comes after their initial £65.4 million bid was rejected last week. But here's the part most people miss. United's offer is said to be in the same ballpark as Newcastle's latest bid, suggesting a fierce competition is brewing. Amidst this transfer tussle, RB Leipzig left Sesko out of their friendly against Atalanta, fueling speculation about his future. United and Newcastle are both vying for the Slovenian international, but will it be Old Trafford or St. James's Park for this rising star? This transfer saga doesn't just impact Sesko, it could also have a ripple effect on Alexander Isak's future at Newcastle. Sources confirm that Newcastle has rejected a whopping £110 million bid from Liverpool for Isak, a Sweden international. With Isak reportedly open to a move, Newcastle's pursuit of Brentford's Yohan Wissa could be a key factor in keeping him at St. James's Park. Meanwhile, RB Leipzig's Dutch midfielder, Xavi Simons, remains a hot topic of speculation, with Chelsea reportedly interested. Despite his impressive performance last season, Leipzig has yet to receive any offers for Simons. As the transfer window continues, fans and pundits alike will be eagerly watching for developments in this high-stakes saga. Who will win the race for Benjamin Sesko? And what will become of Alexander Isak's future? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Man United bids £74 million for Benjamin Sesko. Transfer news, stats analysis, Premier League 2024.
Imagine the buzz around Old Trafford as Manchester United and Newcastle United both set their sights on RB Leipzig's star striker, Benjamin Sesko. The Red Devils have put forward a substantial offer of €75 million, £65.2 million, with the potential to rise to €85 million, £73.8 million. But here's where it gets controversial. Manchester United is willing to let Rasmus Højlund go to make room for Sesko, a move that has fans and pundits alike questioning the club's strategy. Newcastle United, meanwhile, has also made a bid in the region of €80 million, £69.5 million, adding fuel to the fire of this transfer saga. The offer from Manchester United is seen as a significant step, as there had been whispers that they were hesitant to commit without knowing Sesko's intentions.
And this is the part most people miss. Manchester United's financial maneuvering, including favorable payment arrangements for recent signings and the loan move of Marcus Rashford to Barcelona, has given them the financial flexibility to pursue this high-profile target. But can they afford it? And is Sesko worth the risk? Let's dive into why both clubs are so keen on the 22-year-old Slovenian forward. Since moving to Germany, Sesko has established himself as the top scorer under the age of 23 in Europe's top 5 leagues, with an impressive 39 goals in 87 appearances. He outscores Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham and Florian Wirtz, who joined Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen for a staggering £100 million this summer. Sesko's physical attributes, standing at 6'5", he is big, strong, quick, and a formidable presence in the air, have drawn comparisons to Erling Haaland. But it's not just his physical prowess. Sesko is also a versatile player who can contribute across the front line and in midfield. Last season, he was more involved in the game, with only 9.7% of his touches coming in the opposition box, compared to 17% the season before. He was one of the fastest strikers in the Bundesliga, clocking in at 35.7 kilometers per hour, and had the best aerial success rate among strikers involved in at least 60 aerial duels. Despite being 16th for expected goals, 14th on shots, and 22nd on touches in the opposition box, he has scored more goals in the Bundesliga over the past 2 seasons than all but 6 other forwards. And he is lethal from long range too, with 36.8% of his shots and 23.1% of his goals coming from outside the box, higher than any Bundesliga striker who scored 12 or more goals last season. A recruitment specialist at the highest level recently commented, "I think the physicality of the Premier League won't overawe him. The Bundesliga is one of the big 3 in the world, but when you look at transitioning into big leagues, he has the physical capabilities to do it. You wouldn't expect him to hit the ground running straight away, but in 6 to 12 months, he will be fine, and you've got yourself a very good player." So, what do you think? Is Sesko the missing piece for Manchester United or Newcastle United? Or is this a risky move that could backfire? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.